A lot of veterans think the most important word in a VA decision letter is denied. It isn't. In many cases, the most important information is buried a few pages later, and it's the part that tells you what to fix. I understand why veterans get frustrated. You wait months for a decision. You open the envelope, you see the outcome, and before you know it, you're already thinking about filing again, appealing, or sending in more paperwork. But before you do any of that, you need to slow down and read what the letter is actually telling you, because that letter may be showing you exactly what needs to be fixed. Here's the one rule I want you to remember for the rest of this video. Read the letter before you react to the letter. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 places to look so you understand what actually happened before you decide what to do next. Let's get into it. Place number 1. What did VA decide? Sounds obvious, but veterans skip right past this. Your letter will state, condition by condition, whether it was granted, denied, or deferred. A deferred condition means VA is still working on it. That is different from a denial. Before you do anything else, make sure you know exactly which category each condition falls into. In place number 2. What was granted, denied, or deferred, and at what level? If a condition was granted, what rating did it receive? If it was denied, was the condition denied entirely, or was it granted at a lower evaluation than you expected? Those are very different situations, and they often require very different next steps. Place number 3. What evidence did VA say it considered? Look for a section usually called Evidence Considered or something very similar. This tells you what VA listed as evidence it reviewed when making its decision. If something important appears to be missing from that list, don't jump to conclusions. Instead, make a note of it. That's the kind of detail that's worth reviewing carefully before you move forward. Place number 4. Favorable findings. If your decision letter includes a section called Favorable Findings, do not skip it. This may be one of the most valuable parts of the entire letter. Favorable findings show what VA has already accepted. That could be a current diagnosis, an in-service event, or another important fact related to your claim. That does not mean the claim is automatically won, but it can help you identify what has already been established and what part may still be missing. Place number 5. What reason did VA give for the decision? Look for the section called Reasons for Decision. This explains VA's reasoning. It's often the most overlooked section in the letter, and it's usually the most important. If VA says the evidence didn't establish a current diagnosis, didn't show a connection to service, or didn't support the level of severity, that's not just bad news. That's information. That's your roadmap. Because before you can fix a claim, you first have to understand why VA made the decision it did. Now, here's why all of this matters. If you don't understand what the letter is actually saying, you can't fix the problem. You may file the exact same evidence, receive the exact same decision, and leave feeling discouraged when the letter may have been pointing you toward the missing piece the entire time. Not because you did anything wrong, not because you weren't paying attention, but because VA decision letters are written in VA language, not veteran language. If you've ever looked at one of these letters and thought, I have no idea what they're trying to tell me, you're not alone. That's exactly why I built the free VIA letter translator. If your decision letter feels confusing, that tool helps translate the language into plain English so you can better understand what you're reading. But before you use any tool, I wanted you to understand these 5 places to look first. That way you'll know what you're looking at, and you'll better understand what the translator is helping explain. Here's your challenge for the next 48 hours. Pull out your most recent VA decision letter, circle every condition that was granted, denied, or deferred, find the evidence considered section, and note anything that appears incomplete. Look for favorable findings and write down what VA has already accepted, because that may help you identify what part of the claim is still missing. Then find reasons for decision and read it twice. Do all of that before you file anything else. Let's recap. Your VA decision letter isn't just good news or bad news. It's information. Look for what VA decided, what was granted, denied, or deferred, what evidence was considered, what favorable findings are already working in your favor, and exactly why VA made the decision it did. Remember, don't let frustration make your next decision. Let understanding make your next decision. Read the letter before you react to the letter. If your decision letter is still difficult to understand, you can use the free VA letter translator linked below at veteranclaimsmadeeasy.com/VA-letter-translator. In the next video, we'll talk about what to do after a VA denial before you file again. My goal is never to mislead, only to empower you with accurate, honest, and actionable information. Semper Fidelis, and God bless.